Welcome back. Women's empowerment in African marriages. Queen Yul-Edochie's stand against patriarchy. This is Ola coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. Welcome to the man of Prestige family. We have Yul-Edochie, we have Yul-Edochie, we have Patriarchy. Yul-Edochie was married for 18 to 20 years to Yul-Edochie before announcing his son from a second wife and his failed attempt at polygamy in attempt to control public and social media narrative. He started doing skits with a side chick, lost a son sadly in that process, and then his wife Queen May, she filed for divorce and she started winning endorsements, and then he became an online pastor. I still think he still acts, but Pa Pete, his father, has been dragged into this drama, particularly in our comment section here, so I am addressing it. Let's talk. I'm reading your comments. Ether5479 says, Sir Pete grew up in an era where the women had little or no say in their marriage. Our women are now exposed to education. They are more independent, so they will now have a say in how their life go. I agree. That's just our reality, right? Yul must and should take responsibility for his mistakes. He has his own brain. Yul needs to man up and shut up. I agree 100%. Now, I don't think Yul has come to terms with his mistakes. I don't think it's in that rock bottom place I always talk about. If you don't hit rock bottom, you don't really change your behavior. If you're not experiencing pain or some kind of wishful thinking about some kind of pleasure, we don't change. Here's another comment from Emily Emerson. She says, May is a very good cook. Was his son always home, by the way? She's talking to P. Edochie. The old man's problem is that he supported his son blindly and made mistakes because, one, he believed his son owned all the wealth and the documents were only in his son's name. Wahala. Number two, he never expected it. He never expected Queen May to be bold enough to file the divorce. Number three, he treated May like someone who should only obey, cook, and stay silent no matter what because she is a woman. Well, he made that clear in the interview with Blessing CEO, right? Now he's begging May to withdraw the case, the court, even though they were married in court. Being 77 years old is no excuse for his behavior. And as many people that age still work actively, it is his influence, seeing that the son has so many followers that he thought Queen May will not be a match. He and his son thought their influence in Nigeria would protect them. They relied on connections with powerful people, but they underestimated Queen May. They mistook her quiet and respectful nature for weakness, and now the old man is forced to do interviews with a less credible blogger, Blessing CEO, to defend himself. Laughable. Ki. Anyway, I'm sorry. I sorry very much for the people who listened to his advice. They will only go astray later in life. Everyone can see that his advice and beliefs has not helped him and his son. But what advice has Blessing CEO to give any responsible human being? Here's the thing. The excuse part, we're not giving an excuse. We're not excusing Baba Pito. What I'm saying is that it's not really relevant. This is our appearance we're talking about. I know it's cute to think we're talking about him, but it's not. Mary says, I lost respect for him years ago while he granted interview to Chudi podcast. My dad is a Muslim and also an African man from a polygamy family, but he married my mom alone. That doesn't tell us much. And surprisingly, all his brothers that are Muslims also married one wife. Shame on Pete Edochie. Why? And as I ask you, I'm waiting for your comment. Elaborate on what you mean by shame. This is most of our parents we're talking about. Maybe your parents are the exceptions. This is most of their generation. Georgia fan says, there is no way Peter Edochie's wife cooked every day while being a lawyer or a judge. They had house help. That's true. What does cooking every day prove? True. I was a stay-at-home mother and I cooked 3 or 4 days a week maximum. That's the reality. That's even good. Narcissists have a playbook. It's all about getting what they want, no matter how it affects others. They are, however, never satisfied. They ask for perfection in order that they themselves fall short of. They cannot be trusted. They use your vulnerabilities against you. They wreck your self-esteem. Now, that sounds like you're a victim, and you might be a victim. I want you to ascend to you having your own playbook as a winner. We're going to talk about that in a second here. I don't want you to speak about narcs as they're evil people. Majority of you watching this video are narcs. Anyway, it takes a very emotionally intelligent man, this is according to another comment, and a very patient woman to practice polygamy successfully. Each his own. I don't like polygamy. I like that you say I don't like polygamy, but what do you mean by success in polygamy? I'm curious to see what you mean by that. Chinelo says about the condom of a thing. Papit said it during an interview. For Papit, he doesn't have respect for women. That's the truth. Do you think, I'm asking you, Chinelo, do you think that's all of that is possible without a woman's permission? Because when you say a man doesn't have respect for women, we're talking about the society, even patriarchy or not. Is that even possible without women's permission? Shout out to Mama Jojo. She said he's a pretender. God bless you, Allah. Now that word pretend is problematic. Okay, that word pretend is problematic because it literally disengages you from your power as an individual, and I want to talk about that. Okay, it disengages you from your power as an individual. Okay, this other person is pretending to get you, just to harm you. And I think we lie to ourselves when we pretend that these are not romantic relationships. That once upon a time you were in love with this person. Yeah, your narc lover, your narcissist lover. No, let's not pretend that you were not once upon a time in love with your narcissist lover. Since we like the word pretend so badly, everybody's just pretending to come and harm you. How? It is literally impossible that they will come and harm you without you at some level, directly, indirectly, unintentionally, intentionally enabling them. Does that sound like victim shaming? Welcome to the real world, okay? My own here is to empower you. My goal is that you are empowered, right? Man, woman, it doesn't matter. My goal is that you're empowered to make your own decisions, to be able to say, you know, I have the power to make decisions that can actually change the course or the direction of my present experience. You see, it's very easy to point fingers at Baba Yul-Edochie right now. Me, I'm telling you. Hold on 1 second. What do we have here? Oh, no. Hold on 1 second. She forgot her phone here. Hold on 1 second. I might have to wait. Anyway. Anyway, you get the gist. Let's not pretend here. Let's not pretend that you know, let's not pretend. I don't want us to pretend here that it's not your fault. This is life experience, and it just sounded like in a lot of those comments that someone is a victim or they have to remain a victim. Sometimes we are victims. That's the reality. Sometimes there are bad people in this world, and sometimes you're married to some of them, okay? But the idea of a narcissist, right? Narcissism is can be a trait. It can also be a behavioral disorder, right? Mental disorder. You have to be diagnosed for that. But if you haven't been paying attention, it's just a word that everybody's throwing around right now. And if you're just throwing around and it's just free, everybody can just throw it around, I will leave it alone, right? Unfortunately, it's costing us a lot. It's costing a lot of people a lot, right? Because a lot of people are using narcissistic behavior to perpetuate calling other people narcissists. Okay? That's a problem. That is a problem. That's something that we now have to pay attention to. Okay? We now have to dig in a little bit deeper than black and white, right or wrong, when it comes to relationships. Okay? I'm all for women empowerment. Absolutely. I agree that women are coming from a long time ago, and the things were different. But I want you to also acknowledge that without women's support for that system, either you want to call it patriarchy or not, it was literally impossible. okay? Now, that's only to an extent. But I see women even makes comments these days that's almost continue to support not empowering women when it suits them, when it's their son. And I want us to pay attention to that. But anyway, I'm here to help you to navigate those things. It's not as easy as calling Papa Pete names or calling him shame on you. All that is not necessary. All right. If you want to, feel free. But I'm just letting you know that for you personally, for us personally, we're going to have to do a little bit more work. We don't get to get away by calling our parents names. They lived in a different era, like somebody said earlier on, and that's the truth. And they had a different context. And I'm guaranteeing you it's most likely not about they just want to oppress you or harm you. They were doing the best they knew how to do. And Baba Pete falls in that category. And if you're speaking about him and you can't honor him, it actually speaks more about you. And you can still call out that this doesn't work for us in 2024 and beyond. You can still say that without being disrespectful to the likes of him. I'm not policing you. I just want you to consider, where is that coming from when you feel the need to say shame on him? Is it just that simple? Can you tell us the rest of your story and how you were able to navigate your relationship with your in-laws, with your parents, with respect to your marriage? Do you know how to manage that? That's the question that I have for you today. For links to book session on my calendars, you can book a free consultation. You can also download our free books. My wife and I were here to support you through your own journey, okay? And we're also learning a lot as we're continuing this conversation. Leave your comment. Answer my question. Answer my question in the comment box below. I'm all ears. As you can see, I'm listening. I will see you on the next one. Cheers.